Hello and welcome to the 10th annual Super Bowl prediction video. So this year I've hand-drawn the logos of the teams who are participating, and I'm posting this video quite late in the evening hours, the day before the big game. So participating are the Kansas City Chiefs and San Francisco 49ers. And in case this is your first visit, I'm going to be unpackaging this packet of 15 cards. And yes, inflation affects even your favorite YouTubers, because back in the day, we unboxed a lot more cards for a lot less currency. So yes, indeed, that is all we're going to have here today for our predictive methodology. So, well, as I mentioned, I tried to make up for it with these highly specialized hand-drawn logos here on the pitch, because this is going to be our playing field. So as players arrive from this pack that are members of one of these two teams, they will be placed in their positions there, and then the team that has the most players represented from this pack, if there are any, will be the winner according to this predictive methodology. So this is the Panini Chronicles set. I would have gotten more, but you know, it was just absurdly expensive. So this is going to be a quite a short video, but enjoyable, I hope, for the long-standing viewers and the people that have anticipated this every year for unbelievable span of an entire decade. So let's go. Ooh, already we have pretty neat, very unique card here. Is this the fronts? Oh my, maybe we'll save those for the very end. But anyway, so Chronicles often make a few notes about the quality of the cards and the aesthetic choices that were made in the production of them. So this is actually really nice. Las Vegas Raiders. Wow, I'm really out of touch with the NFL, because when teams get moved around, sometimes I don't really get the memo. I know that the Rams moved out to LA. So anyway, this is actually pretty satisfying with this doubling of the image. Wide receiver there. So Davante Adams, player for the Raiders. All in all, I think that this is a nice format for the card. It's, you know, readable and clear, and a little bit unique. Maybe the ad for the branding is a little too much there. Maybe the team name could have been featured, but at any rate, I like the flashiness of the printing method there. But anyway, he's neither a 49er or a Chief, so he'll be on the sidelines watching. There we go with next card, which is Garrett Wilson. Looks like he's an Eagle. No, he's one of the Jets. So you'll forgive me for not knowing every team. I often mention this during the course of these videos, but I've never lived in a city that has had an NFL team other than Pittsburgh. So of course they're not participating this year. And then geographically, the team that's closest to me are the Bengals. So a little boring, really, when it comes to this card backing. But you know, at least a few stats here, and readability is high, although it's sort of made up for by this big photo that bleeds out all the way to the edge. And in terms of an action shot, this is actually a good one, because they're doing their best to tackle Garrett there. But that's two wide receivers. Both of them watching from the sidelines now. All right, and we have our first Chief. All right, so an early lead. I guess this would be a first quarter lead. So we've got the quarterback, Patrick Mahomes II, if that's indeed a Q. It's a little odd. but once again, the doubling of the image. This one seems to be a little bit shifted in tone, so some computer wizardry there. A good feature. Very nice. So this is a very modern packet of cards. This is, I suppose, from 2023. So they're making mention of his abilities and skills and participation in more recent seasons. So we've got, well, coming out strong with the quarterback. Wow. All right. So they're really a force to be reckoned with lately. And I suppose I'll wait till the very end to make my real prediction. But quarterback coming out strong for the Kansas City Chiefs. There we have it. All right, next we've got a very emotive Dak Prescott of the Cowboys. Just as photogenic there, which is kind of nice, kind of accurate. Enjoying his time on the field there. Celebratory. He's a quarterback also. Too bad they didn't make it to the big game, but I'm sure they gave a very noble effort this season. 2023 season coming to a close. Next we have Derrick Henry, running back for the Titans. I guess the Titans are actually pretty close to me too geographically. So that pegs me here. And if you doing some triangulating, but also back to that same format, running back Derrick, doing some juking maneuvers. I've not been playing really too many NFL games lately in terms of video games or anything, but way back in the day I was playing stuff like that with some regularity, like the third person stuff. But then I found that I also like kind of those throwback retro style, Super Nintendo style games, and they can be sort of a relaxing, no frills, you know what you can expect, and be satisfied with those games. I'm talking about like the Tecmo Super Bowl style. Anyway, Derrick, once again on the sidelines. Since we have so few cards here, we can almost have like a bleachers or whatever. We can see them all lined up to watch. All right, anyway, so next we have Derrick Henry of the Titans. Wait a minute. Let me see. Wait a minute. That's two Derrick Henrys. Well, they only paid for one seat, so it looks like they're going to be sharing it. Hopefully they have one of those padded seats to make it more comfortable. Anyway, this is the photogenic version, I suppose, based on all that I can see now. Well, we do have these strange ones in the back, but they're doing a method of doing a couple different features on the players. But once again, celebratory image, Derrick Henry. We're going to just plop Derrick with Derrick just here. All right, NFL got their several $100 for that stadium seat. David Bell of the Browns. This is actually a cool shot. I do like cards like these overall. Of course, if you look back through the channel, there's dozens and dozens of videos featuring not just NFL or sports team playing cards, but cards of all varieties. And I've gotten a lot of joy out of sharing that over the years. Anyway, so he's running in an unusual abstract universe, sort of like running on air, but once again, kind of a tame, kind of a lame backing. But these quotes are nice. So, talking about some elements of the game there. David Bell of the Browns. He's I don't know if they have his position listed, but anyway, so we'll set him over here on the Chiefs side of the pitch. Next we have Dameon Pierce, and he plays with the Texans. So actually a lot more variety than I initially expected. It's a rainy evening here in the Eastern time zone. So you might hear some traffic and some rain droplets, which is kind of nice and relaxing here in the evening hours. So just kind of a variation on a theme. They've moved the accent pick to the back. Maybe I might even kind of prefer that. Yeah, I don't know. If I was gonna have a sports card of myself, I would definitely want sort of a full, a full bleed, like a real feature there on the front. But anyway, this one's nice, almost a signature-esque there, but of course they couldn't really go with the added step of the signature from each player, but that would be nice. A little quilting pattern on the cards. I've been going down a rabbit hole looking up unusual new playing card decks that are truly pieces of exquisite art these days. So it's only been like a 2 or 3 day fascination, you know, nothing that's going to sustain itself, but maybe I'll show some of that stuff off on an upcoming video. So anyway, here we have it. Texan player is not going to affect today's game, and in fact, now that we're nearing halftime. Just anyway, the Chiefs there, only ones with score on the scoreboard. We have Jalen Peach. Maybe it's like I don't know how to pronounce the name, but Texans player. And once again, running around in the open air of the field, not burdened by gravity at all. And so it's another Texans player. So Texans. So the manufacturers certainly put teammate with teammate. They probably have quite a lot to talk about there, about their season and how it panned out. All right, 49ers player. Oh my, here we go. We've really got a game on our hands now. Brock Purdy running down the field. I tried to make an approximation of their sort of gold color using a couple different highlighter colors, orange and yellow combined. But anyway, so a failed attempt to tackle the fast-moving Brock here. And on the back, a little bit of information about him. That's the 2022 season. All right, final overall pick in the draft. Wow. All right, won a few playoff games, and looks like he's a quarterback too. Is he a quarterback? Wow, that's very serious. He was drafted as a QB and had his time to shine. So we quarterback versus quarterback. Brock versus Patrick. I don't know who's playing in the game. In fact, I've not read or seen much about it. I watched a video of like a highlight reel of the Chiefs running back. He was apparently a good player, and he really was sort of breaking through the line in a way that was promising. So I actually, with the Chiefs showing up so many times in the recent Super Bowls, I'm sure their franchise is really aiming for the best, and they probably got a good a zest, a zeal for the game. I would think at the time. So anyway, that's sort of a foreshadowing of my prediction maybe. So we have the Buffalo Bills, James Cook, and this, I must say, he's gonna. In years past, it's come down to deciding the game based on the poses that are being struck by the players on the cards, really having not much else to go on if it's a complete tie. So if this was a Chief or a 49er, he would really be up there in the ranks in terms of cutting a good silhouette on the card, and that's actually a really great card. I'd be proud if I was James. The Bills, and so we have some luminescence and RC. I guess it's not the branding. I don't know. I do wish that we could have had more cards to evaluate, but making the best of it as we go here. So this is a nice card backing, a little bit more classic. So one thing I do miss of the other format was that it was a lot of variety with a lot of different manufacturers. But I must say here they've at least given us a little bit more than just one standard appearance to the cards, and this one's classy and kind of nice. Not much to complain about. Just all the elements here in place, and a different picture of the player. Never mind. I was about to do. At least at first glance, anyway, it seemed like a different photo of the player, but the emphasis here is on this very agile sort of behavior, really. Silhouette more than the face. But anyway, here we James Cook. Very nice card there for the Bills. Here we go. Put him here so we can have a good look at what's going on. Get the bleachers arranged. Have a few more players, hopefully. If any of you have been to an NFL game, put in the comments. I'd love to hear your experiences. If you've been to a Super Bowl, wow. I don't don't know if my viewership has ever been to one, but that would be really unique and interesting to find out that factoid. Anyway, here we go. We have next Malik Willis from the Titans. Seating arrangement, or that other Titan to sit in by, maybe. What do we have here? No. Anyway, so once again, strutting through the open air, and so he says, look, someone has said here, the quote, let me just dictate it for you. It says, "You can't take the elevator, you have to take the stairs." You know what I mean? It's part of the journey, they say. So Malik Williams, a Titan. Where are those Titans? Well, we're just gonna sit them right here. We can't just work with putting everybody. Wow, this is really nice. Whew. Well, it kind of just betrays the ending. You can see right through them, but this is actually pretty unique. All right, so what do we have first? Cool. For a small $8 set of brand new retail packaging cards, this is truly nice. So the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence. So it almost looks like one of those. So in the 80s, they had like athletes, they had like plastic figurines of the athletes. Of course, now there's probably the scope of that is a lot bigger and it's a lot different, but at any rate, there used to be sort of figurines, and this is reminiscent of that sort of thing. I can't remember the branding, but pretty cool. Very cool. Action lines. Whew, this might have something to do with the, well, too bad they can't participate in the final dance, because it really is going to come to a dance off again. Oh, we got a Steeler here. That's pretty nice. Kenny Pickett, the Steelers. Action lines, really phenomenal. Looks great. Clear vision, cool. So unusual element here. Yeah, I gotta say, being a Steelers fan by virtue of living there, yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, final card. We got another really unique offering here with the shadows in the back. Tyquan Thornton of the Patriots. So yeah, they had a lot of Super Bowl appearances recently, but looks like the Chiefs have taken the 4. Momentum card, playoffs. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's really satisfying. Gotta say it. With that, we'll put it against this white backing, you can really see, wow. You can really see that it's got a really cool and unique ghosting. Gotta say. Pretty impressed. Glad I chose this packet of cards. Put them right up here. All right, so we've come down to it. I'll just bring this up. It's almost like a network television. Scanning across the playing field. We only have one player from each, so it's really going to come down to the dance off. So this is fortunate. We just have to judge among ourselves, the quality of the cards, which one is better, which one looks cooler, which one is a better representation. Really, it just comes down to style points. In a lot of cases, these guys are both running up the field in a very similar patterning. This is pretty cool accent because it shows that he's got a lot of zing, a lot of fire in his steps. Meanwhile, we have here in the background the blurred out image of the audience, and then on the back, this is a tough one, you all. Well, just based on the quality of the cards, and I guess strictly speaking, we have to go by the pose that the players are in. They're roughly in the same pose. Patrick here, he's looking off kind of into the distance in kind of a cool way. But then we have Brock here just staring you down like you're a defender, and he's about to run right over or through or past you as well. So I don't really like the strong branding here, but I do like the doubling of the image. Oh my gosh, I like the position and the sort of, I don't know the name for that, but the like silver silver accent. It's sort of catches the light. This one's not really catching the light quite so much. A little bit more conventional, far more conventional in the back too. We at least get a feature of the player on the back. So you know what? I think objectively, I'm gonna have to give it to this card. Just having a little bit more going on, a little bit more style, because the substance of their stances really isn't really too much to distinguish them, but the substance of the card itself is much better. Leagues, National Football Leagues better on this one, you know, even though it's not like great of a card. I mean, you know, compare something super cool like the Steelers card. But anyway, so, you know, I'm gonna have to give it to Patrick Mahomes II. I'm gonna go see if he's a participating quarterback this year, so I really don't know any of those details, but you know, I think that my my prediction is we're a Chiefs victory. They're just coming off of the franchise. The franchise is coming off of several recent appearances, and you know, when the incredible zeal of the city gets behind you, and you know, you feel the groundswell of intensity in terms of like certain teams doing several Super Bowl runs and several wins, like the Patriots. So I think that they're just gonna, you know, this is just my guess. They've got it in terms of zeal, but can't count out San Francisco. But let me know in the comments how you all feel about it. I'm glad I could push this video out because it's quite a long-standing tradition, and happy to bring it to the viewership once again. And thanks for watching this 2023 10th annual Super Bowl special.